Fluent API is an advanced way of specifying model configuration that covers everything that data annotation can do, in addition to some advanced configuration which are not possible with data annotation. Like we had to define composite key on the foreign keys that we saw in the last video. Data annotations and Fluent API can be used together, but Code First will give preference to Fluent API, then data annotation, and finally default convention. So Fluent API is just another way to configure your domain classes. In order to use Fluent API, you have to do that in the DB context class with the onModelCreating override. We already saw that in our code when we established the composite key. But now if I switch back to the code, we have done quite a few things using data annotation. Like if we open any model, we have required, max length, not mapped, and much more. How can we accomplish all of that using Fluent API if we had to? To check that out, let me copy all the classes other than category, subcategory, and error view model. I will copy them, and in the models folder, let me add a new folder. I will call that Fluent Models, and let me paste them in there. We will rename all the models inside the Fluent Models, and we will append Fluent underscore in front of them. When we press enter here, it will display a message here that you are renaming a file. Would you like to perform a rename in project of all references to the code element author? Make sure you select no here, because if you select yes there, it will rename author in all of the places with Fluent author. We do not want that. Well, not in this case at least. So let me paste that and select no in all the models inside Fluent model. Perfect, that looks good. Let me close all the tabs and open the Fluent models that we added. You will notice the class name are the old class name for all of them. So we will append Fluent underscore in front of all of them. Perfect. If we scroll down, where we have the book author map, we will use our Fluent models in all the places. We scroll down, let me append them. And perfect, it looks good. Book author map. Perfect. We scroll down further. That looks good. Publisher, we have the book, and perfect. Now we are working with Fluent API, so we do not need the data annotation. So we will get rid of them when we proceed with the course, or rather replace them with Fluent API. But to get started, what I will do is I will comment out all the relation for one-to-one and one-to-many that we have added. So we will comment that from the book. Let me remove these two and foreign key as well. Next we have the book detail. We don't need the Fluent book there. Actually, if I go to book detail, I do not need the foreign key as well. And we have the publisher. Let me remove that. Perfect. So now we don't have any relation that are active in our Fluent API. Let me close that. And in application DB context, we will add one table at a time. Let me continue with that from the next video.